Alright, hey everybody, Jose the Movie Guy here, and today we're going to be reviewing 1984 by George Orwell, the book, and the DVD. Let's get started. It's basically about a state or country, state/country called Oceania. Oceania. I'm not sure how you pronounced it, but basically it's a post-atomic war society, right? And this is a totalitarian society that runs everything, right? Every aspect of people's lives, they run it. They even control how you think. Whoa. Yeah, and they basically have the power to change history at their will too, because they change the news. One thing that they say one week might be different another week. They just scrap what they said last week and yada yada. You get the picture, right? The society is always watching you through telescreens. These are like screens installed in everybody's home. So that's where the saying "Big Brother is watching you" comes from, if you've ever heard of that. But basically, it follows this guy who's kind of he's doing some thought crimes. You know, his name is Winston. Cool guy, very cool guy, played by John Hurt. Oh, great guy. Let me tell you, he's a good guy. And basically, this guy is haunted by the memory of his mother. He doesn't know what happened to her. He's haunted by that. He's committing thought crimes. He's writing in his journal, which is also a crime, which is illegal, right? And then enter these other characters. You get Julia. Who is this girl? Is she a spy? Why is she always looking at Winston? You know, Winston's questioning, why is this chick always looking at me? She's kind of cute. I kind of want to kill her, though. O'Brien. Who's this guy? He's always looking at me, too. I have dreams about him. Who is this guy? And the story starts to get interesting there. You're like, okay, Winston is having some flashbacks about his mom. Is Julia a spy? Who the heck is O'Brien? Boom, I'm enticed. Boom, it's convincing. Winston wants to rebel. Will it work? I don't know. Okay, so now let's get into the acting. How's the acting in the movie? John Hurt plays the main character, Winston. I haven't seen many old movies, so I was like, who the heck is John Hurt? Right? I call myself the movie guy, but I don't even know who John Hurt is. Turns out he's Ollivander from Harry Potter, the wand guy, right? The guy who snitched on Dumbledore, that little punk. Even though he snitched, he still snaps in this movie. He snaps. The book pretty much has a bunch of inner thoughts of Winston, right? It's going through his inner thoughts. So I was thinking, how's the movie going to do this? But John Hurt, he doesn't need no inner thoughts, baby. He just uses his facial expressions, and you know what he's thinking, if you've read the book, that is. And damn, it's good. Julia, she snaps, plays this rebellious, crazy, just crazy girl. Super hype. She embodies that young rebellious party member just to a T. It's exactly how it's described in the book, and so is Winston. And then O'Brien, of course, just the guy snapped as well, plays the perfect evil guy. And then, of course, Simon Parsons. I actually really like Simon, even though he didn't have many lines. His whole language bit, when he talks about language, was great. The only casting choice I didn't like was Charrington, I think that was, the old guy who had that house. I imagine him as like some little crumpy old dude who you thought was on the brink of death or something. But the guy that they cast, Cyril Cusack, was some pimp old dude. I was like, okay, this guy doesn't look like he's about to die. He just looks like an old pimp. So yeah. And then you can't forget that random white guy in the 2 Minutes of Hate. I'm going to put that in here now. Yeah, check that out. Isn't that pretty funny? Guy's going hard. Okay, so let's go a little further into the movie. I really appreciate how the movie captures the feel of Oceania. The buildings, the Ministry of Truth, the Ministry of Love, these places are described in the book, and man, it brings them to life really well. And I felt great first seeing the Ministry of Truth. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. The way the slums are portrayed, the proles, that's awesome. The uniforms, the telescreens even look cool. Like, this is made in 1984. I was like, this looks pretty cool. They got that perfectly. Another thing I really liked about the movie was the flashbacks. In the book, there are some flashbacks, some dreams that are kind of described in a way that's hard to visualize on your own. The movie visualizes those flashbacks very, like, in a really cool way. I like how the dreams look. I really like. I mean, you got to see it. It's pretty cool. And then, of course, I really liked how the rat torture scene was. That was on point. There's a rat torture scene. Spoiler alert. Kind of reminds me of Too Fast, Too Furious. You guys remember that one crazy, like, evil guy from Too Fast, Too Furious who used a rat technique as torture? Yeah, baby. This comes back again in 1984. Get ready. Rat torture. Yeah. I questioned also how the movie would get into Winston's head, because it does do that, and it does it by using the diary. Whenever he's writing in the diary, he's thinking to himself, and it's some important dialogue that was in the book. So I really appreciate that the film did that. So that's things the film got right. All right, so in conclusion, this book basically goes off to say that totalitarian government, it's going to have negative side effects pretty much. It's going to kill you on the inside, and it's going to just turn you into a vessel for that society. And that's really what George Orwell is really trying to say with this book. It's a warning. And it gets you thinking, how similar is this society, to societies today? The more and more I feel like I'm doing exactly what society wants me to do, it just makes me feel kind of empty. And when I finished the book, it made me feel kind of empty. I'm just going to read a passage from the last part of the book because it was awesome. O cruel, needless misunderstanding. O stubborn, self-willed exile from the loving breast. 2 gin-scented tears trickled down the sides of his nose. But it was all right. Everything was all right. The struggle was finished. He had won the victory over himself. He loved Big Brother. Yeah, the book, I give it a 4.8 out of 5. It's obviously a classic, instant classic. The only setback was kind of a slow start. That's it. The rest of the book was pimp. The movie had a poor casting choice with Charrington. It doesn't go into Goldstein's book, which is really important. And it has an open ending, which I don't think it should have had one. It's not what Orwell set out to do. So I give the movie a 4 out of 5. Yeah, that's my review, my book review of 1984, the movie and the DVD. Please comment or like down below. I'm new to this, so, if you think I'm a dummy, comment. If you want to RKO me, Stone Cold Stunner me, comment below. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a terrific day.